today we're going to look a little bit deeper on how plants and animals in the woods might use different types of energy, especially light and thermal energy. Let's start exploring. Let's look at plants and see how they use energy. Plants need food just like us, but they make their food using a process called photosynthesis. This means putting together through light. So the plant actually traps the energy from the sunlight, the light energy, with the leaves. And it takes up water from its roots and carbon dioxide gas from the air. The plant uses the sun's energy to convert water and carbon dioxide into a sugary substance called glucose. The plant then uses that glucose as food to help it stay alive and grow. So plants use a lot of light energy.
Hi boys and girls, do you recognize where I'm at? If you've been at CA Frost before, you probably know what this is. This is the greenhouse. So think about what type of energy does the greenhouse use? So it might have electrical energy to turn on lights, but what other energy? Right now, nothing's really happening in here. If you look around, it's pretty bare. We don't have any plants growing since we're not at school, but I am roasting. It is so hot in here. So how is it so hot? It's warm outside today, but it is about 20 degrees hotter in here. The heater's not on, so what makes this so hot? What type of energy would that be? Also, we have a greenhouse for plants for a reason. So what are some different types of energy do you think that are being used in a greenhouse? Why wouldn't you just grow plants inside or outside?
So a greenhouse stays warm inside even in the winter. In daytime, sunlight shines into the greenhouse and warms the plants and air inside. So it uses light energy and thermal energy. At nighttime, it's colder outside, but the greenhouse stays pretty warm inside. That's because the glass walls of the greenhouse trap the sun's heat. So a greenhouse uses light energy and thermal energy to trap the heat inside. But what other types of energy do you think a greenhouse might use? We know that some animals are what we call cold-blooded and some are warm-blooded. So let's think about how some animals that are cold-blooded, how they might use thermal or light energy. So cold-blooded animals like Jack, my bearded dragon, actually needs heat to digest their food. So when we feed Jack, we have to wait until his heating light has been on for a couple hours, and we can't feed him right before bedtime because he needs a few hours where that heat will help to digest his food. And if you're cold-blooded, you can't control the temperature. It's not like you can put on extra layers of clothes or shiver if you're really cold. So instead, they lay out in the sun. So on really sunny days, that's why you might see snakes or turtles kind of sitting out and getting some sun. They also can't help when they're hot, so they have to find shade on times when it's really hot. So think about how thermal and light energy impact that. So cold-blooded animals use thermal and light energy to help them to digest their food. Honeybees fan their wings to cool their colonies. So when they get too hot, they have to use their wings. Some snakes have what we call the pit organ, and that allows them to see in the dark thanks to protein channels that are activated by heat from the bodies of their prey. So it uses thermal energy to find its food. You guys will be watching a little video that helps with that, but it helps to detect infrared radiation. So that's light energy and thermal energy together. Now, snakes aren't the only animals that can use thermal energy and light energy to find their prey. Bedbugs and mosquitoes also use infrared vision to feed, so they can see that thermal body heat from their humans, maybe that they're coming to suck our blood. There's also some types of fish, like goldfish, salmon, a piranha. Their eyesight is actually thought to be better than a human's, and they can also use thermal energy to sense where other animals are in the water. Now we're going to go back onto Seesaw, and we're going to look a little bit deeper at that pit organ of a snake, because it is just so cool. You guys will also have to explain about a greenhouse, so if you need to, you might have to go back to the part about the greenhouse in our video for help.